So this next reading is going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Going to be for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If it doesn't resonate with you, that means the messages weren't meant for you. You can check out your Sun or your Rising sign. Unless money comes up, we're going to stick with love. If you have someone that you're not in love with or interested in, then you shouldn't be here. Okay? Your first card up is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups means, some sort of offering, some joining of two people, an offer of love of your current energy for Pisces, right? Someone offering you some sort of love. So again, if you're not in a relationship, this could be the person that you're thinking of or that you want to be with, your person. That's what we're going to call them. If, you're happily married, then you wouldn't be looking at tarot to begin with. So you shouldn't be here either if everything's going so great. So this is the Death card you got here next. And then you got the Ten of Swords. So this could be the ending of some sort of a relationship, right? The Death card indicates something that has ended, basically. It's not like a literal death. It's like just something that's ended. It's a new beginning, maybe something ended in the past and the Two of Cups is a new love offer you had, or it was a joining of two people that ended, it never got off, it ended. You had the Ten of Swords energy, which is a terrible energy to have. You felt like you got stabbed in the back, kind of betrayed. Not kind of betrayed. You were betrayed. You were deceived. It's an ending of a relationship. And, it was a very bad ending of a relationship. I mean, you can see him laying down 10 swords right in his back. At least that's how you felt about this, right? This is how you felt about this. So... but the best thing is that with endings always come new beginnings. So, Spirit, what other energy do you have for Pisces? That's like, defeated, down and out. So here you have your Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is basically somebody who, is usually a younger man, an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. They want to share a message, right? So perhaps this message they want to share was regarding this love that you two have and this deception. Maybe that's part of it. Whoa. 1 second. So these two cards that flew out were the Knight of Swords and the Two of Wands. So this is the Knight of Swords is somebody who comes in like really fast, right? They're coming in. They have something to say. The Swords is about communication. They want to talk about, they'll have some message. And it's about a Two of Wands. Perhaps somebody that you've been thinking about, or they've been thinking about you. You're not nearby. There's some body of water that separates you, because the Two of Wands is indicative of some sort of journey that has to be made, a movement located to or near water. So perhaps this person doesn't live close by you and they need to get to you. Spirit, what other messages do you have for Gemini? And you have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is basically, you have a lot of Pentacles here. This is another earth sign here, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. You know, this can be like a darker person, darker eyes, someone, you know, who has his stuff together, right? Somebody who could be a little bit arrogant too. Somebody who's a bit arrogant. So, Spirit, what messages do you have for Gemini? What is the near future energy? So here you have the Six of Swords. So again, this is about, you know, they want to, there was something, a conflict that happened in the past. The Five of Swords is like some sort of conflict, deceit, you know, arguments, and they want to go away from that. They want to move away from that. They're thinking about kind of coming on to calmer waters and moving away from that argument. Then you got the Star card out, right? And this is about, you know, hope, you know, being hopeful about the situation, bringing light maybe to events that occurred in that situation. What other messages do you have for Pisces in the near future? You know, the Star card to me also is like, you know, you can't have light without having gone through some severe darkness, right? Maybe this relationship, and obviously this Ten of Swords is indicative that this relationship has, you know, been hurtful. It's been painful. You know, probably has felt like death here, right? So many times, maybe. Or maybe this very last time was just the end of it. And the Star card doesn't come out unless you've gone through this. Like, nothing shines that bright unless there's like a hell of darkness behind it. So, and then, I mean, this card flew out reversed, so I'll leave it, but usually I don't read reversals, but in this case I do. Like, well, you know, either it's the current energy, it's the future energy, it's somebody who's felt left out in the cold before, right? Somebody who's abandoned. You can see there's like a church behind them and they're just there. They don't have clothes on. Somebody who's been, you know, ripped, you know, from their feelings, their truths, their hopes. Somebody who wants to come back in from the cold, right? They don't want to, that's what it means in reverse. They don't want to feel that way anymore. They don't want to feel left out. They felt left out before. Maybe you felt left out before. You know, this is just the current energy, current situation energy. Someone's feeling left out here in the cold and wants to return. I guess they've been left out for a while. It's, you know, you've probably been separated for a while because these cards don't want to come out. Usually they do. So. Two of Swords. So, this is someone that, you know, was trying to make a decision. Someone who felt blinded, right? Somebody who just needed to kind of take off the mask and the decision was right there. You know, the truth was right there in front of them. They had to make a decision between two things usually. That's what the Two of Swords is, a decision about two things. So Spirit, please clarify me. Okay, so here you have the King of Wands. So this person was feeling very restless about the situation, you know. Then you have the Page of Swords. So that kind of indicates like there, I mean, again with the deception, right? But this also indicates somebody who's been spying on you and, you know, someone who's probably watching your social media, looking, maybe someone who's been reflecting on the situation that happened, thinking about it a lot, trying to make this decision. Somebody who's been feeling really uneasy about this situation. And then you have the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands usually comes out when, you know, there is someone who is not close to you. This is about kind of traveling overland. This is some sort of message that that somebody wants to give you, right? Some sort of message. Let's look at what the energy of your other person is. What is the energy of the other person, Spirit? Somebody wants to speak to Gemini about some sort of, I'm sorry, Pisces. Maybe you are with a Gemini or you have Gemini in your chart. Pisces. Somebody wants to speak to Pisces about some situation. Okay, so they want to talk to you about perhaps some sort of, you know, this is the card, the Seven of Swords. Is like everything that is not, everything that glitters is not gold. Maybe this painful situation here has something to do with them abandoning you, leaving you for something that they thought was better. Like, you know, usually this card comes out when we're in a situation and someone leaves a relationship thinking they can go and find better. And guess what? They don't find better. You are the cream of the crop, right? So now they want to come back to your ass and give you a message. Perhaps an offer of love after they stabbed you in the back 10 times. So let's see. Whoa. There you go. So, yeah. What do they want with you? 9 of Cups. Right? So some sort of offer of love. Well, this is their energy. They want some sort of offer of love. They've been in their head, right? They've been having these thoughts that have been tying them down. They feel trapped. But it, you know, that card, it means it's like all in your, I mean, that's the 8 of Swords. That means it's all in your head. You know, a lot of things going on in their mind, a lot of conflicting thoughts, you know. Perhaps about some sort of decision. What is their future energy, Spirit? What is the future energy for Pisces? You have the Moon. So there's some, again, this is, again, deception. This is something that was hidden in the dark that needs to come to light. Something that, you know, either they hid something from you. You found out that they hid something from you. There's something that needs to be addressed regarding that Moon card, right? It's like everything that happens in the darkness comes to light. So, strength. They're trying to find the strength to come and talk to you about you know, some shit that was hidden from you, right? Ooh. So here you have the Page of Swords again. That's communication. All right, let's take it all. They want you to be this Empress. Perhaps they see you as the Empress. Perhaps they've been thinking about, they think of you as the Empress, someone that they want to have a family with, somebody who's nurturing, somebody they possibly want children with, or they have children with, or just somebody who embodies that energy in terms of like a very nurturing energy, somebody that they can grow with, they can build with. It's the card of fertility, right? But this Page of Swords is a card also of like, you know, they're watching you. And the Eight of Pentacles, something that they've been, you know, working really hard at, you know, putting, Eight of Pentacles means like hard at work, you know what I mean? Somebody who's been working on this, maybe working on themselves to get this type of relationship where it needs to be. What other messages do we have for Pisces? And you have the Nine of Wands. That means that, you know, they're thinking about this. They're in their head again. Nine of Wands is, you know, they're working about it, but they're not stepping forward. They're still thinking about this, you know, before they make any type of offer. They're still thinking about this. Let's pull out the romance angels and see what messages your person has for you. Let's do what messages does your person have for you. And again, in their heads, we don't want to get any cards out here. Come on, Spirit. What messages do they have for Pisces? Not all these, for sure. So, we'll keep, I guess we can keep these. So, they want to stay optimistic about their love life, right? They want, maybe they want you to stay optimistic about, you know, your love life. It's this positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So, you know, kind of keeping an open mind about this relationship, right? Healing family issues. Perhaps they've been going through something where they've been trying to heal themselves, and they want you to know that, you know, they've been going through something where they had to go within and, you know, heal something. And sometimes it's not even about family issues. It can be like an addiction. It can be their way of thinking, you know, some sort of like, you know, energy. Or maybe it does have something, maybe something to do with, you know, their mother, their relationship, somebody that was, you know, very affluent in their lives. And the next card was, this could be the one. You have already met the partner that you seek. So, you know, this is probably what they're saying. And that goes very well with the card I was saying, you know, that Seven of Cups over here, when they leave you for somebody else and think they can find better. You know, this is saying like they probably thought about that, and they already know that you're the one. You're the person that they seek, you know. And then you got, you know, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringings and spiritual path, you know. And like I said, maybe this person has been going within and trying to figure out, you know, what lies underneath this Eight of Swords energy, right? Like these thoughts that they keep binding themselves with in their heads. What messages does Spirit have for you, Pisces? Those are messages from your partner. What message does Spirit have for you? Let your friends help you. Ask and accept support from others. So maybe now's the time for you to be around others that love you, to get the support that you need. to get through things, or just to have a good time, you know, to not really think about this relationship, to help you like just move forward. Then you have here, make the effort, you know, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. And, you know, perhaps there's some energy that you need to clear, because it says release your ex. Perhaps there's somebody else that you're in a relationship with, or that you have some sort of energy that's been transpiring. Maybe you went back with an ex, maybe you're involved with someone else, and in order for you to make this effort, you need to release that ex, you know. I just want to pull out, maybe, let's see, like a future energy card. And here we have for future energy, the World. So the Empress. Okay, so the World is new, you know, starting over again, new beginnings, something new. And again, the Empress is, you know, that nurturing motherly card. Either maybe you're going to be expecting, maybe you're going to be pregnant. So that's something you want, then be careful. And then you have here the Ace of Wands, and that's an offer of again, a new beginning, an offer of a new beginning. I'm going to get an overall oracle card from you, from the Oracles of Shadows and Light, as a message for you. So let's see what you get here. And here you have the Fairy of the Highlands. And the fairies of the Highlands are basically telling you that it's time for you to be brave. Now, this card is basically telling you that you have to stand up for yourself. Sometimes you let other people take advantage of you, and now it's time for you to step into that part of yourself that knows how to take a stand, speak your truth, and not back down when you come into some sort of threat or conflict, right? You see how she looks like all nervous here with the sword down? Like, no, this is telling you it's the time to step forward, right? The time of truce is over. It's time for you to speak your truth and for you to be strong. You know, people have been taking over your grounds, you know? They've been taking advantage of your peaceful nature, but, you know, enough is enough. As sad as it is, it's time to change this, to cut away the cords between you and those who have taken so much. And now you will go into battle. I mean, this is very interesting, especially to come out now during this full moon and with what's happening with everything in this world, you know. In this time of oppression also, where everyone's fighting back. Enough is enough. And maybe you're experiencing something like this in your personal life, or perhaps you could be one of the passionate people out there protesting and trying to make a change. So, you know, this is basically telling you to honor your sword and not to back down. You know, now is not a time for you to back down, whether it's in love or in your life right now in this period. Stand up and be brave.